Hello, my name is Cody Chandler and I'm a field service representative with Halliburton Bayreuth in the Gulf of Mexico. Today I'm going to demonstrate the effects of pressure and temperature on invert emulsion fluids, but on a much smaller scale. This is a simple experiment using common items, but hopefully this demo will illustrate the effects of HPHT using some kitchen chemistry. Here we have 3 different samples of the same invert emulsion fluid, and each has been exposed to different conditions. The sample in can number 1 has never been opened and represents a fluid that has never been downhole. For example, a fluid that may be freshly built from a stock point. Let's open and see some of its characteristics. Now, as you can see, it has a light color, it has some viscosity to it, but it does flow freely into the next container. The sample in can number 2 was boiled for 3.5 hours while enclosed inside the can. This sample represents a fluid that has been exposed to pressure and temperature. Now notice the color change. We can already tell it has considerable difference in its viscosity. It is not flowing very freely into the next container without the help of some heavy agitation. Now the sample in can number 3 was also boiled for 3.5 hours, but it was actually chilled overnight to stimulate the conditions of a cooler environment, possibly like that found at the bottom of a riser. Now notice the color is similar to that of the second sample, but it's actually in an even more solid state. Now, none of these samplers were actually exposed to true HPHT conditions. However, there were definitely apparent changes observed in our invert emulsion fluid, all of which were the same and actually look like this originally coming out of the can. This is actually just sweetened condensed milk, a good representation of an invert emulsion fluid. It has a certain percentage of water, a certain percentage of oil, in this case in the form of milk fat, and a certain percentage of solids, in this case in the form of salts and sugars. Thank you for your time in watching this demonstration.